Hi, I'm Yesterday, a mentor here at Grimm, and I'm going to be reading you the brilliant beginning and marvellous middle of an amazing story written by Year 4 of Monkwood Primary Academy. We need you to come up with an excellent ending. If you're up to the task, then let's begin. Our story is about Plopster. He's a mix between a lobster and a pufferfish. The top of his body is white and it goes from grey to black. He has 12 legs made out of metal. He likes to wear Yeezys and a top hat. He has 4 eyes. 2 eyes are on his head and 2 eyes are on his legs. If you popped Plopster, poop would come out. His dream is to block toilets with his poop. It is also about Father Big Shack. He is a dad with a shack on him, which is attached to the front of his body, his belly. There are bags, chickens, and clothes inside the shack. He is a dad to Mini Shack. The shack has its own belly and is made out of wood. It's as big as a pig's belly. Father Big Shack is afraid of the ice dragon. The story takes place in an aeroplane that's on fire and falling. There are no parachutes or gliders, and it has vines everywhere. These vines can turn into roller coasters. No one is driving the aeroplane. They want to go to Africa to try and fit it in with the other animals, so they aren't lonely. The aeroplane was falling fast. It was making a whistling noise. Plopster and Father Big Shack thought they were going to die. They were not happy at all. They were terrified. Plopster thought he was never going to achieve his dream of blocking toilets with his poop. When the plane nearly landed, they jumped out. The pufferfish part of Plopster puffed himself up to a gigantic size and grabbed Father Big Shack. They landed in the sea. Plopster went inside Father Big Shack's shack that was on his belly, and they sank to the bottom of the ocean. They looked through the windows in the door, and they saw a shark octopus near a coral reef and a sunken boat that had lots of treasure on it. Father Big Shack and Plopster put on water-breathing suits and went to explore what it was all about outside. They headed for the ship so they could look for treasure and some toilets for Plopster to do his thing. The shark octopus decided this wasn't going to happen. Plopster and Father Big Shack did not realise that the shark octopus could detach his tentacles and shark head from each other. The octopus's tentacles surrounded the boat while the shark head chased them. They hid away until the octopus left. Then they went back to get the treasure and toilets. Plopster went onto the boat to look for the toilets and treasure and told Father Big Shack to keep guard. The tentacles saw what they were doing and chased Father Big Shack. They caught him and inked him. This was poison to Father Big Shack, and he started to die. Father Big Shack shouted to Plopster, "Help! I'm dying!" On this massive cliffhanger is where we hand it over to you. What's going to happen next? Is all hope lost for Father Big Shack? Will Plopster ever achieve his dream? It's all up to you. We need you to write an excellent ending to this story and send it to us by Friday. Happy writing. We can't wait to read them.